Okay, so to go along with the demon theory, it's like I literally can hear, like, see, and this is, you know, for a little bit there, I was like, okay, I'm going to give the dogs away, and I got to go somewhere where I'm not going to be raped every night, because I can't take it anymore. But you call up these facilities, and first of all, they're all for drug addicts, and I don't want to be around drug addicts. I don't. Literally the thought of, like, being around a fucking drug addict right now is just, I just hate them. Sorry. I've just come to a place of feeling like they're just such weak beings. But I realized that then they'll, like, get the I'm crazy thing, you know? Because trying to convince people in, you know, a facility of this happening and everything might be a hard sell. I don't know. Depends on who's doing the treatment. But, demons. Yeah. Are these people demons? I don't know. Like, I mean, like, I give an example that I was just thinking of when I went outside to have a smoke, and, like, the camp hosts have, like, a tent out there, like a white tent, and the first night I was here, all of a sudden there was, like, somebody that showed up, and there was a lot of laughter and talking and whatever, but when I met the camp hosts, there was just this yucky feeling about them. Like, they just seemed evil. Like, there was this evil vibe. And I was like, sucks. You know? Are there demons? Like, are these people demons? Like, maybe the world's being overrun with demons. I mean, religious people would say that is true, that we're all, I don't know, I sat down and I talked with the pastor, and it's like, we're all sinners, and being a good person, it doesn't matter. It's being, you know, choosing God as your savior, and I don't really believe that, because it does matter if you're a good person or not. It does matter that you do the right thing. It does matter that you make the right choices, that you don't hurt people. If you try not to hurt people, you know, you try to live your life in a certain way that is non-hurtful to other human beings. And that's very hard to do in modern society, because almost everything you do hurts somebody in some way. Just, you know, whether or not it's because you live in a country that's rich and there's everybody else that's poor. But, I mean, there's just so many facets of being, you know, contributing to the overall decline of humanity. But are there fucking demons? Like, this is a real question. Like, are there demons here on Earth? Are there people that are demonic? And because this woman who tortures my body, and I mean, that's so evil. It's so evil. It's so sick. It's so, like, what she does to these animals. It's just so sick. And I start to think about the people that they have helping them, like that, you know, that neighbor in Portland that was watching me on video, that his wife left him for whacking off to me, being naked, and him watching the surveillance video and doing that. And I just guessed. It was just a feeling I had that was happening, and I was right. But like him, like there's just people that they've involved that, like, it's almost like demons are out there, like, recruiting and getting people, or like the white van guys today. Like, I've seen that white van numerous times, and, you know, I'm not insane, so it takes me, like, you know, I have to, you know, you have to see somebody repetitively, and especially when I'm, like, driving back and forth, and I'm going here, and then I'm turning around, and then I'm going there, and then, you know, it's nonsensical, like, my journey, my path. So if I see the same person all the time, then it's like, it doesn't really make any sense, you know? And when I saw those two white dudes in that stealth van, which is always funny when they call those stealth, because I don't find them to be very stealth. They look like camper vans, especially if you know anything about these things. But they were laughing, you know, so, because I had hoped, because I always have hope, I don't know why, I don't know how, that they were feds, because, you know, there's so many of them, and I don't know, you know, and they look more professional, and they still could be feds, but they were laughing, and, like, the energy when I saw, like, this is the first time I saw the two people in the vehicle, like, clearly, through the windshield, you know, when they drove by in very close proximity, and the vibe was yucky. Like, the vibe was, they're not nice, good people. And even right before I got here tonight, they were pulled over, like, maybe, I don't know, quarter of a mile down from the entrance. They were pulled over on the side of the road, but behind a building. Like, if I hadn't just happened to look that way at that time, I wouldn't have noticed them. But they were here in this camp, when I was here a couple nights ago, at least one night. I think the last night I was here. Are there demons? Like, and then if there are there angels? And if there are, where the fuck are they? Why are they helping me? And, yeah. Like, it's something to think about, you know? Because when, as an average person, like, you think about the extent of the craziness that some human beings are capable of doing, that other human beings like me are just like, whoa, what, like, how could you do that? Like, that's just crazy. Like, you take Putin. He would be a demon. I mean, he literally just kills people all the time, and we all seem to sort of ignore that. And he's a brutal dictator, really. And he suppresses all sorts of, I mean, he suppresses the entire country. I mean, you know, are there demons? And if there are, what does that mean? And in that realm, when I think about that stuff, I'm like, that kind of means this is never going to stop. And it, you know, because there's no help, because the government is going to be filled with a bunch of demons, because that's how governments are. I mean, that's people who have the desire to have power and control over other human beings, or particular kinds of people. You know, like, even when I voted for Obama, I remember thinking, you know, I mean, you have hope. You have, and the false belief that just because he's black, he's going to be different, which was really facade. But, you know, but then I always thought, but to attain the position to be eligible for being a president, to be in that position, you have to enjoy having power over other people and control over other people's lives. And not everybody likes that, because, like, I don't want to have power and control over anybody else's life. Like, when I was in relationships, I was insecure and, you know, really jealous and stuff, and I did get like that, but I didn't enjoy being like that. Like, it was painful, and it made me feel shitty, and it's hard enough to concentrate on trying to control my own life and to make my life be the way I want it to be. So, it takes a particular kind of person. And I don't know if any of those good people are good. Like, Bernie Sanders, I would think would be the closest I've ever seen in my lifetime of somebody that wanted to be in power, that may have some of that, but for the most part is for the people, you know, and understood the concept of democracy, which is that laws or whatever, the way things are because of mass decision by the people, which is something everybody seems to have forgotten. It's like those people that storm the Capitol, like all the videos where they're like, it's my house. And it's like, yeah, you know what? In a way, you're right that it is your house because it is the house of the people. But you're forgetting that it's also then my house. And it's also everybody else's house, which means that when you go stomping around and breaking shit, it's not like you're just breaking your house. You're breaking everybody's house. And that's not right. That you don't have that right to do that. And decide, So in those moments, like, it's so strange how I would be like, okay, I get the line of thought, but you're forgetting that if it's your house, then it's my house too. And I don't want you doing that. So, and there's a whole millions and millions of other people that don't want you doing that either, and it's their house too. So that's a democracy. That's what you walk around with the flag for, and you act like you're so American. That's what that means. And people just seem to have forgotten that on both sides. And, that's a side note. But demons, are they real? Because are these people fucking demons? Like, how can I hear them and they're creeping around and then I go out there and I don't, I mean, the voices could have been from far away because it's super windy, it can carry. But just the ability to do this and get away with it and have so many people have your back and have cops pull me out of hospitals when I'm trying to get a rape kit done. I mean, that's extreme. That's extreme abuse of power. Like, that's so, they were worried. Whoever raped me that night before, they were worried. They were concerned, and they took that opportunity to try to just destroy me so I would never try again. It didn't work. But they did. They spent 3.5 hours trying to berate me and make the experience so horrible that I would never do it again. It didn't work. But are they demons? And if they are, does that mean that I get to go and be with God? And is God cool? And will I get to hang out and just be in, like, waterfalls and, like, super awesome shit when I die? Am I just going to suffer here on earth because there's not enough angels and too many demons? Is there really, like, a religious or aspect to this? And there's, like, going to be, like, some sort of war in the future where, which, I mean, they're not using war. They're using manipulation and lies and deceit. That's how the demons are working now, if they're demons. I mean, they're demons, at least in, you could name them that, even if that's not technically true. I don't know. I really don't fucking know. Are they fucking demons? This is crazy. Yeah, there are moments I do have like this, and I've never really recorded this before, but there's definitely moments where I'm like, are there demons here on Earth? Like, are these people fucking demonic? Because they enjoy it way too much. Like, I've read about torturers and, like, that do torturing for governments and stuff like that, and they're not like this. This is pure enjoyment. Like, that's for a purpose. That's for information. That's for a cause. That's for, you know what I mean? Like, it's for a belief. This is just for no reason. None. At all. Unless they're demons, and maybe I'm, like, one of the few good people left on Earth. I don't know. Alright, too long.